best way I can put it is just learn how to serve others.
Does this have a? Can you put YouTube on while this is happening? Is that possible?
Yeah, because now it's from here.
Okay. Can you YouTube me real quick? Bullet, can I put you on the spot?
Sure.
Okay, cool. You got to sit right here, and you're gonna be my teacher just for the night. And you're gonna go give me any crump track you can find.
Okay.
Okay.
No problema.
Okay. And Bullet, your goal tonight, I'm not a crumper, okay, is to teach me to become like you. So as he puts this track on, would you show me the basics of crump? Because pretty much all I know how to do right now is
Okay. No, that's a very good start. That a lot of crumpers actually don't have.
Huh.
So
this is where I live. This is where I'm at with it.
If you can pick that up, so
Okay.
keep going.
Okay.
All right. So now what you want to do is you want to just let your arms move. Yes, right? But don't lose the bounce in your legs.
Okay.
Just don't put the focus in your arms.
Okay.
Now you want to take the focus away from stepping, and you want to find the same bounce, just with moving your knees. Yep. This is this is really the basic of crump that people need in order to carry that forward and everything else.
Stop it.
Everything in crump is going to come from right here, from your core, and your bounce is the primary focus of your core. This is going to keep you on beat to any crump.
I admire women who try to remake themselves.
Even if it's not a crump track, if you can find this, you can find a way to crump to it.
Okay.
By knowing what this is.
Anyone else?
Okay. Oh, see that.
I'm sorry, I didn't even see it right there.
So So I'm learning to become like Bullet.
Focus on this.
Huh.
So now, once you have this, and you understand the rhythm of the song, you can change the tempo in which you bounce. So you don't have to keep it this fast, you can change it.
Huh. Okay.
Right?
So I'm learning to become like him.
So now that we have this,
Okay.
the next step that we're going to work on is chest pulse.
Okay.
Now, if you notice, our body is already going up and back down.
Yes, sir.
So it's going to be natural for us to do this.
Huh. Okay.
So now, if you up the tempo again, back to the same Carlton stuff that we did before.
Jeez.
Nice.
Huh. If I followed you for 5 years, could you show me where I would be? Just give me 10 seconds of me 5 years from now. If I just kept going.
Yeah, you're gonna need room.
So if I just kept following him, in 5 years or so, I would go from this to that. So my goal is to become like him, right? Does that make sense? Pause it real quick. Grab a seat real quick. What did it take for me to become like Bullet? Give me some things you saw happen. Where did I start off?
You start off with a simple move with the Carlton.
So I was doing my own thing.
He gave you the simple basics.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Is this gonna get me the job, the crump job at World Dance?
No.
I would like to.
Do you know what battle Bill did that in? Oh, no.
One
I
of
know
my friends.
exactly what you're talking about.
One of my friends used the Carlton in a battle.
Stop it.
I promise you.
Stop it.
Promise.
Okay. I want to join the crump family, but this alone is not enough, right? So I'm gonna have to become something else. Did you notice that I started to change once I was in the presence of someone greater?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
imitation is required for metamorphosis, right? I need someone to imitate, right?
So Jesus says, I only do what I see the Father doing. I'm about my Father's business. Right. I only say what I hear my Father saying. I only respond how my Father responds. I'm imitating my Father. Follow me as I follow Christ. That's what Paul said. So now to become like somebody, I'm going to have to be in their presence. Did you notice also that I had to stay with him? Like I couldn't be over there. I couldn't be outside. I couldn't be on the phone. I had to be like concentrating on him. Right. So to become like Jesus requires a level of concentrated effort, right? And if I'm over here, I say this to my job all the time. I say, because sometimes I'll hire people to work positions and they'll want me there because I'm the boss. And I'll say, listen, anytime I'm here, it means I'm not somewhere else making money. So if I'm here, it means I'm not in 3 other places. So I can't be with you all the time. I got to send a representative, right? So in other words, for me to be somewhere, I'm sacrificing being somewhere else. So for me to stand here with Bullet, I have to sacrifice being over there watching TV. Or I have to sacrifice playing video games tonight. I have to sacrifice being with my girl tonight. So the question is he worth the sacrifice? That's what I'm trying to say. Because I'm not going to get good if I don't make that sacrifice. So if he says, come rehearse with me, I'm going to make you like me. I can't right now, I can't right now, I can't right now. Okay, I'm blowing them off, but I'm also losing, I'm not going to learn that chest pop move. And I need that move for the battles up ahead. You see what I'm trying to say? Right. Because this can only get me so far. So I really need to be wherever he is. I need to be in his presence, which will cause me to sacrifice, right? Romans 12:1, offer yourselves as a living sacrifice. So to become like somebody means I need somebody to imitate, and I need to dwell around them, and I need to follow. There was a leader, obvious leader, and an obvious follower, right? We have to get that established, because if he's trying to teach me, and I'm trying to teach him, we're going to have disagreement. So somebody got to be in charge here, and somebody, for me to get the spirit of Crump, it had to come through somebody. So for me to get the spirit of Christ, someone's got to teach me, or as the Bible would say, disciple me. He was discipling me. He was literally sitting here showing me how to become more like him. And the more like him I can become, the more doors that would open for him would then begin to open for me. Yeah. Anybody who would want him now would probably want me, because I move like him. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm tiny Bullet, little Bullet, shorty Bullet, right? So I'm trying to get his spirit so I can get what he got. Right? Make sense? So that's the best way I can describe becoming like somebody. It's like with you in acting. I gotta now study the script, because I gotta become this character, which I'm meditating. You know what I'm trying to say? The sacrifice, by the way, I'm off topic. The sacrifice determines the value. You can always tell the value of something by what you would give to get it, right? If the man says he loves you and doesn't give you anything, he don't love you. Because to love me is to give to me. Loving and giving are synonymous. For God so loved the world that he gave his son, right? So I can tell my love for him by what I would give. I love you, so I'm going to sacrifice time. I could be over here. I'm going to give it to you because I want to become like you, because I realize the value. If I sit under him long enough, my career may go further than if I shut you off. So in my maturity, I'm not running away from church, I'm running to. I'm not running away from God, I'm running to. Right. Now this is the biggest part. Watch this. Bullet, stand up one more time. What I love about Bullet is he was doing the pump. Can you do that thing again? Now, and you did a move, you did something, you picked your foot up, I don't know what you did. Now I'm gonna try it, and I slip. Fall. Does he give up on me?
No, he shouldn't.
He shouldn't. He'll probably just
teach you how not to fall.
Yeah, pick me up. Let me just get on it again. What I love about him is, as I'm becoming like him, should I slip, he's not one to say, okay, you're fired, you're done, you're horrible, you're trash. He picks me. Bullet might say. I might get that from Bullet. I was going to go into reconciliation, but I want to stay because we're almost done. Any other questions before I kind of move on?
Perfect.
So 3 things, I'll let it go. Number one, Miles' quote, where the purpose of a thing is unknown, abuse is inevitable. When I don't know the purpose of something, I can't help but abuse it. When I don't know the purpose of my gift, I can't help but abuse it, right? If I give my baby a fork, you're going to stick it in their eye because they don't quite know the purpose of a thing. And when the purpose of a thing is unknown, abuse is never. Yes, sir.
It's like giving your gifts or your pearls to swine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Does that make sense? And so part of being like Christ is realizing that you were put here on purpose and for a purpose.
Right.
Let me give some thoughts to that. In fact, I'll read it. I love how the first part of this book kind of says it. It says, God was thinking about you long before you ever thought about him. His purpose for your life predates your conception. So he was thinking about this before your mama made you. He planned it before you existed and without your input. In other words, he didn't stop to ask you for your permission to make you the way he made you. He just did it. You just got here. Does that make sense?
All right.
You may choose your career, your spouse, your hobbies, and many other parts of your life, but you don't get to choose your purpose. Because the purpose of your life fits into a much larger cosmic purpose that God has designed for eternity. And that's what this whole thing is about. Man, I don't even know how far I want to go. Any questions on that? Any thoughts? Okay, I'll keep pushing. So I love the idea that first realizing that there is a purpose, right? Everything is conceived by purpose. The purpose is why you're here. It wasn't the chair, it was the need for the chair that brought the chair. It wasn't the lamp, it was the need for the lamp that brought the lamp. So there was a need for you before there were you. God was thinking, I need somebody your height, your weight, with your skill set, with your passions, and I'm gonna put all those passions in you because I need somebody just like you. I'm gonna make a kindred. So he made you on purpose, for a purpose, right? In all the conditions that came with you, the city you were born in, the mother, the father, the divorce, the issues that came, the grandparents, the rape, the molestation, the hard times, the evictions, all those things work together to get you to the place he wanted you to go. Does that make sense? Yeah, because normally your misery becomes your ministry. So the first thing is you were made for a purpose. When that purpose is unknown, you can't help but abuse your life. You take the gifts that were meant for one thing and we use them for another. If I didn't know the purpose of the chair, I would put it like this and try to, because I don't know the purpose of it. I'll try to eat it. But now that I know the purpose, oh, somebody was tired and wanted to sit down. There's something to sit down. Somebody said, you know what, we're going to get a chair. And so what came first, the chair or the need for the chair?
The need for the chair.
The need for, yeah. And they wanted it compact so they could put it away, not take a lot of room. So guess what they did? They made it like folk. They made it, right? So it's made like this on purpose. Somebody was thinking about it before they made it. Somebody was thinking about you before they made you. And your job is to figure out what that purpose is. And most people try to find that purpose within themselves. But since you didn't create you, you cannot find your own purpose. Right? The computer can't give itself an assignment. It has to do the assignment the inventor made it for. So the only way to find the purpose is to go back to the person who made the computer and say, what did you make me for? Make sense? So now I'm going back to this Christ that I got to become like and say, hey, you made me. What you make me for? And he goes, I'm glad you asked. Let me spend the rest of your life showing it to you. And that's what he starts doing by his spirit. Does that make sense so far?
Right.
Okay. Number two. Oh man, where was I going? It's on my it's on my phone. Oh, number two. Purpose simplifies life. Let me read this. Let me read how they say it. Number one, knowing your purpose gives meaning to your life, right? We're made to have meaning. Without God, life has no purpose. Without purpose, life has no meaning. Without meaning, life has no significance or hope, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But when you have a purpose, it simplifies life. It defines what you do and what you don't do, right? Purpose now makes everything simple. Your purpose becomes the standard you use to evaluate which activities are essential and which are not. I teach camp kids all day, right? And I was telling them the difference between a wish, talk about the difference between a wish and a goal. A wish is something that I wish I had. A goal is something I lock myself into, right? And most of the kids we teach, Cutthroats there, they don't have goals, they have wishes. I'm gonna be famous, I'm gonna get a Lamborghini, okay, those are wishes. But you don't have a goal, because there's no steps really you're taking to get there, right? So without a goal, life can go anywhere. Somebody pull up in the car, hey, get in the car, I'm in the car. Well, who car is this? Oh, it's stolen. Oh, okay, so now I'm just in a stolen car. Is that a gun in the car? Yeah, it's a burner. It's got some murders on it, probably. So, okay, so I'm in a stolen car with a burner, right? Where we going? I don't know. We just riding in a stolen car with a burner. You know, so here I am in somebody else's agenda, off topic, right? Pulled over. Now I'm sitting here. Hey, take this. You know what I'm trying to say? So now I'm sitting here 2 years, 3 years, 6 months because I had no goal. If I had a goal, though, I know I got to be at work. I know I got to be at this work studio. Hey, ride with me. Hey, I got to be working 30 minutes, right? So now it prevents me from just finding myself in junk because I have a goal. Like, and this don't fit. Riding with you in a stolen car with a burner in the car with a chicken in the back and some weed and probably some paraphernalia and probably some crackers. I don't know what's in the car. You know, open look about it. This is not conducive to my goal, right? This job right now, I'm not gonna get stuck in it because it's not conducive to where I'm going. So I'm working it, but I'm working my way out of it because this is not my purpose. The Holy Spirit's job is to get you to your purpose, right? And your purpose defies your work. They can fire you from your job, but they can never fire you from your purpose. Your purpose just evolves with you.
Right.
It just evolves with you. Does that make sense so far? Yeah, so it simplifies everything. I'll finish reading. I'm almost done. Give me like less than 10. You simply ask, is what I'm about to do, does this activity help me fulfill one of God's purposes for my life? Remember, to know God, to be a part of his family, to become like him, to serve him, and to serve others. Is what I'm about to do fulfilling any of those purposes? If not, I gotta scratch it off because because now I'm abusing the life. Because where the purpose of a thing is unknown, abuse is inevitable. I can't help but abuse it. Why did you get in the car? I didn't have a purpose. I had some wishes, but I didn't have it wasn't like a thing I was destined to do. So when he pulled up, hey, let's go ride on these. All right, let's go jump. Okay. Why don't we go to this next? Bet. Why don't we do it? Show. Right? I don't have a goal. It's not like I have something to do in life. So yeah, I'm in this mess. Yeah, she's pregnant. Yeah, I'm stuck. Yeah, I'm in Connecticut. No. Yeah, I'm overnight. Yeah, I don't know where I am. Yeah, I woke up in the place. I don't know. I'm not making choices according to the purpose.
All right.
Any thoughts on that?
That's a good one.
All right.
You know what I noticed? You like saying, I have a quiet church because we be thinking, you making us go there like, man.
I don't know what you're thinking.
So we not thinking amen. We thinking like, dang, he right. That's
Seriously?
What you give, it's like there's two different rappers. Like say for instance, just like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. When Kendrick Lamar rap, he'd be like this.
Yeah.
Like J. Cole rap, he'd be like, man. Like,
You're right.
Like you sit there and think like, dang, this dude spits some truth, and you can't really react on that. You can't just vibe with it. Like you just more gotta sit there.
You sitting there listening,
and you gotta reflect on that because it's like what he said is real, and you gotta take that in. Maybe I gotta change my life.
Radio got to come up. You know, everybody got to be quiet.
Yeah, you making this thing. So you said, y'all quiet now because we thinking, man. That's
wow.
Stuff.
You know, I always make because I was kind of drilled in this stuff. Like I read this like 20 years ago, whatever. I don't tell my age, but for me, it's Raymond knowledge. So I forget sometimes. Like, okay, this is probably brand new information. You know what I'm trying to say? The purpose is to have it's Taco Tuesday. So what are we getting from the store? We're going to get tacos. What are we getting? Tortillas.
Chicken, carne asada.
Okay, what else we getting?
Tomatoes, onions.
Tomatoes. You're not invited to Taco Tuesday. The cheese. Yeah. What we getting Taco Tuesday?
Sour cream.
Sour cream.
Hot sauce.
Nobody getting guacamole? No guacamole?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can.
Avocado? Okay.
You making extra.
Are we getting bologna? Are we getting bologna?
Nah.
I love bologna. Why wouldn't we get bologna?
Because that's going on taco.
Do we need crackers? Ritz.
No, sir.
Banana pudding. I love banana pudding.
Doesn't go with tacos.
That could be after.
Doesn't go with tacos.
And what was the purpose?
To make tacos.
Right. And I'm not telling God what the purpose is. He's telling me. The inventor is telling the invention what I made you for.
Right.
Right? So I'm not going deeper within myself to find my purpose. I'm going to the person who made me to say, what am I here for? Thank you for all this. What you want me to do with it? That makes sense? And that's a paradigm shift to realize that he's not really working for me, but when you realize I'm actually working for him, that shift right there will change your life. Why am I doing fashion? Why am I dancing? Why am I singing? God, what do you want? Y'all don't be here. I be walking around for hours in here. What do you want in here? And I do it in the downtime, because downtime is always prep time, right? So when you're not here, I'm in the downtime walking. What do you want here? What do you want preached? How do you want it preached? What time do you want the service? How do we reach the people outside? It's flooded with people. How do we get them in? Who do you want me to call? If I'm calling, it's because I'm praying for you before I'm calling, I promise. Because I got to ask. Because I can't just do me. I'm asking him, you gave me, what you want it for? You got lights. What you want? You want dancing? You want crumping? You want sessions? You want fashion? What do you want? And so based on what he want, I'm calling a fashionista because he said he wanted fashion. So so when he sent you, I wasn't surprised because he said, I want fashion in here. So I was either gonna find you or you were gonna find me. But I remember when he said, I want fashion. And I said, that makes sense, guy. You're in a fashion district, you probably want fashion. He said he want dancing. So when I saw the brother, I was like, yeah, that's probably right. He probably wants some dancing in here. I'm asking, I gotta figure out I'm trying to become like you. You know what I'm saying? Because by myself, I'm just here with it. And I don't know how to move. So I got to figure out a whole way of moving now, which is, okay, what do you want? You know, I'm trying to get on your level. You know what I'm saying? Versus when I came out here with my plans and he was going to help me do my thing. Now I realize, oh, snap. I'm a part of the body. I'm here to help the body do its thing.
Right.
I'm an organ in a body with other organs, with a part to play for a body of which he is the head. And I need to figure out what part I play quick so I don't mess up the other organs, knocking y'all out of sync, trying to do me, right? The heart beating on 2 and 4, and the veins pumping on 5 and 7, and the blood clots. It's gonna be clots. Because we going, everybody in one church with 5,000 purposes, and we ain't figured out what does this man want. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's the sign of maturity. To know God, to become part of the family, to become like him, and then to serve him. And then we realize part of that purpose is serving others. And when you realize that, provision always comes to purpose. Because now I don't have time. Because when you learn that last one, serving others, you become an answer. And everybody wants an answer. Answers always go up. Problems goes down. Nobody hires a problem. Everybody hires answers. I don't hire him because he's a problem. I hire him because he's a solution. I need somebody to film me, right? So I hire answers. I'll pay an answer. I'll skip over 5 dancers and hire you if you can be there on time and with a good attitude. Because you're an answer to my problem. You know what I'm trying to say? I'll give Michael J the car if he can go to the camp and work for me. Because he's an answer to the problem. As long as I'm a problem, I always go down, 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 down. When I find out what do I solve, and that's part of finding your purpose. God, what do I solve on the earth? What problem do you need solved that only I can solve? Because you're the one to solve it. Right. And actually, God will create the problem that only you can solve, which actually elevates you into your purpose. He creates the Goliath that only David can slay. Right? Nobody can slay Goliath but David, which made him of value and catapulted him to kingship. So he'll create, as you walk with him, he'll create problems that can only be solved by you, which catapults you into your purpose. And then he shines the light on you while you're solving it so everybody can see it. Right? We're down, 4th quarter, 15 points. Jordan is the only one who can deal with this. That's why we need him on the team. That's why we're paying him. We have to pay him. Does that make sense? So purpose simplifies life because I know I'm going to get tacos. I know I don't need to be bologna. So anybody coming at me with bologna, I know this is not part of the purpose. I can quickly make a decision to extract it because this bologna she's feeding me, this bologna he texted me right now. Oh, really? Oh, this is bologna. I'm eating tacos. So I don't even need to be dealing. Now I'm engaged in a situation. I've come out of my character. I'm a king on the ground with peasants. Does it make sense? I'm a giraffe dealing with turtle problems. Giraffes up here, turtles down there. You all the way down here telling the turtle that you don't understand that the leaves of the tree are top better than the leaves on the ground. Talking to a turtle. Turtle ain't gonna understand that. Turtle only eat leaves off the ground. They'll never understand the life of a giraffe. You're too high. But you've come all the way down dealing with a turtle, breaking your neck to check this chick on this level, and you living on this level because you out of purpose because you were dealing with bologna. You're supposed to be getting tacos. Does that make sense? So purpose really simplifies everything, right? Shells, meat, lettuce, guac, salsa, onions. If it ain't that, I got time for it. Because it's not part of my purpose. Y'all thinking.
Hey, what you want to hear is amen.
It's all right. The last thing about simplifying, it also motivates your life. Okay? Purpose produces passion. Purpose produces passion. When you know what you made, you can't wait to get up in the morning because you got to go finish it. Right? You want to leave the earth on empty. You don't want nothing left behind. I need to get it out. And when you start walking in purpose, I wish I had time. I got to shut out. But when you start walking in your purpose, how can I explain this? your step into your purpose activates the purpose. So the action doesn't activate until you step in it. For example, y'all didn't come until I bought the building.
All right.
Right? Had I not bought the building, there would have been nothing to come to. So me stepping into my purpose actually activates it. Right? So now that I know it, there has to be a boldness to step into it. And many times there's fear. You have the faith to pray it down and then the fear to get it started. So now you have faith and fear cohabitating in the same body. Right? The faith to pray it, the fear to give birth to it. Now you're at the cusp of it, and now you freak out because you want to go back to what's comfortable. And your blessings are never in the comfort zones.
All right.
Right? So now you have to be bold enough to hide your fear and expose your faith and step into it. Because until Moses puts the staff in the sea don't split. And some of the fear is because you've never seen it done before. Because God is doing a new thing in you. Because he's never made it you before. Right? So the fear of the unknown, right? Because we go back to what's familiar. Some of the fear is it failed for other people, but you have to realize you're not other people. People tell me all the time, you know, by the time somebody tells me I can't do something, most of the time I've already done it. By the time I found out it couldn't be done, normally you can't get a building on Melrose in the middle of Hollywood and Zephyr because it's too much money. And Zephyr. I didn't know that because by the time I heard that, I was in the building at Melrose on Hollywood. Somebody told me that while I was in the building that I couldn't get the building. Because you're not them, and they don't have your purpose. Only you, which makes you unique. So God is willing to do something for you that he's unwilling to do for anybody else but you.
Right.
Y'all catch that later. He's willing to do for you what he's unwilling to do for me. So you can't base it off me, because he's willing to move for you in the ways he's not willing to move for me based on your purpose. Does that make sense? That make sense? Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Last, and I'll stop here. Articulate your purpose. Articulate. I have to be able to articulate a purpose. What is the purpose of John Irving? To glorify God and edify man through creative expression. I have to be able to say it. It took me 20 years to say it in one sentence. 20 years to be able to so that I know, should I run for mayor? Does it have to do with glorifying God and edifying man through creative expression? No, I should probably not be running for mayor right now. Should I open up a lawnmower business? Does it glorify God and edify man through a creative expression? No. Is it baloney or is it type? You have to be able to say it in one sentence. And it may take years of just writing it again and again. It's meditation. I'm getting very, very clear of what my Father made me for, right? And he won't give it to you overnight. It's a dwelling in his presence. There's a meditating. I can sit with him. Not just today. He's going to say, come back when? Tomorrow. So I can see, he ain't even taught me footwork yet. You know, I haven't even learned throwing arms yet. I haven't even learned characters yet. I got this. There's so much more for me to learn that one day would just not be enough for me to be like you. If I could be like you in one day, then you've wasted 25 years. You see what I'm trying to say? Yeah. If I could cook like you in one day, you've wasted 30 years of recipes in grandmothers and sitting in kitchens. You know, if I could you could just preach like me. If I could just lay my hands and give you the anointing that I sweat, bled, and died for and was resurrected to get. If I could just spit and give you a handkerchief, then I've wasted 40 years of being on my face. I wish somebody would try to be like me overnight. That's not going to happen. And I can't be like Christ overnight. There's a dwelling that has to take place. I need to sit with this dude for a minute. To where being like him is no longer foreign, but it becomes second nature. Because right now it's not second nature to me. Does that make sense? I have to learn. I was born in sin. I'm done. And shaped in iniquity. Right? So I'm a sinner on two accounts. I was born in sin. The Bible says I was a born sinner. Because my daddy was a sinner, and my mom was a sinner, and my grandma was a sinner, and my uncle was a sinner, all the way back to Adam. So I was born a sinner. And then I was shaped in sin. I picked the sins that I got good at, and I got really good at them, that I really like, right? So when I was a kid, I'd hide the cookie, eat the cookie, and my mom would say, "Who ate the cookie from the cookie jar?" I said, "I don't know." Crumbs all over my mouth. Used to say I was a horrible sinner, right? But over time, I learned how to string cuss words together. I could throw the rock, hide my hand. I could eat the cookie, blame it on my sister, write the crumbs, put the thing back. I could take the car out of the house. I put tape on the ground so I knew where to put the tires back when I drove the car back to the garage. Yeah, you got yeah, so you know exactly where to put the car back. I took the spark plug out, so mama tried to crank the car in the morning. It wouldn't work. She had to get a ride because I was trying to go to the girl's house. You know, so when she left the spark plug back in, got in the car, took the car back out, drove the car, drove the car back in exactly precise. You know, so I got good, right? So I was born in sin and I got shaped. I got good, right? I could only inhale. I got good at smoking. At some point, I stopped puffing, coughing. I could inhale, exhale, blow doubles, and drink it and smoke it and choke it. I got good at it. Does that make sense? So now that I'm born again, I'm reborn, and I have to get good at being righteous. Same way I got good at being a sinner. I was born in sin, but I'm reborn now in righteousness. But now I have to get good at being righteous. The way I got good at being a sinner. I got to get good, which only I can do with practice. Dwelling. I have to imitate. That's why God made the church. It was a practice ground. It's a glorified lab for you dancers, so that you could just lab Christ continually. Just to get good at being to where this is just how I move now. You know what I'm trying to say? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I like how you explained it. That works. Like, it makes it more, like, you can understand it more the way you explained it. Like the born in sin and like the shaped in sin, I never understood that till right now.
Wow.
Like ever in life. And like I said, I'm born in church, so I've never understood that saying until right now. And now that you said it and then gave examples, I can definitely see how it's like you shape it yourself. Like, no one taught me how to take the car. Like, I taught myself. And then the first time I got caught, I'm like, well, I can't do that again.
Don't do that.
How the heck did I press the garage button? I should have just pulled the string and pulled it up myself. Like it's 3 in the morning. Of course they're going to hear it. So, yeah, next time, I didn't do that. And then I started the car right in front of the house. And obviously, it was upstairs, so... It didn't work. So the next time,
roll out
down the street, though. Yeah.
Push it
all
and
the way, and then start it up. I didn't need to drive back down the house. I could just turn around and go back the other way. Like, I shaped it all myself.
Watch
no
this.
one
Watch this.
taught me any of
Driving
that.
home at 3 a.m., right? Stop the car down the street. Pull the garage up.
I go in the house first to make sure no one's
Make sure no one's
downstairs
there. Okay.
before I pull the car all the way in. Like,
Drive the car up Danforth, right? Cut it off before you get to the house. Let it roll the rest of the way quietly, so it can park in neutral. Yeah, you learned that.
Yeah, and it wasn't even a movie. It wasn't in the magazine. It wasn't in the song. It was literally my own thinking. Like, how can I?
How I'm figuring out how to sing.
Okay, I can do it like this. This should work better this time. I mean, it's 3 in the morning, and I'm just getting up randomly. It was really loud, so let me just be quiet. Like, but no matter what it is, now that I think about like my literally all my life, anything I've ever done wrong, I taught myself how to be better at it.
Yeah.
No one else was like, oh, this is how you do it, you know?
Reggie, tell her I'm gonna stay at your house. So your mama gonna pick me. I'm gonna tell her I'm at your house. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get to your house. But then when I get to your house, I'm gonna we gonna get to the, and then by the time mama call, if she call, tell her I'm doing homework with the homegirl. Yeah. So now I'm doing that same thing, but in purpose. All right, I'm close. Huh?
I have a question though.
Yeah.
So, okay, how do I ask this? My sins, me learning how to sin, me learning how to lie to my mom because she was super strict. I had to lie to be able to live life at all. That shaped me into a storyteller now. So my sins turned into my gift in a way.
That's provision. That's what's called provision. Everything works in your good. So everything that you do or anything that you've done is going to you're still led. Even when you're out of alignment, you're still led. You still have a purpose point. So everything is always building up. Anything you ever did, whether it was something terrible like a car accident or something terrible like you going to everything you're led there. It just may take you a little bit longer to get there. It might be a little bit harder for you to get there. I always describe it as like, you know, when your dad tell you, well, my dad would tell me I can't go to a party and I go anyway, and then he like snatch me out the party, like, you know what I mean? Like it's the same thing. He'll snatch you from going too deep, but you'll still learn a skill set for his purpose. It's all, you're still his, regardless of what it is you do, and he's gonna make you learn whatever it is he designed you to do, regardless of your will or regardless of what it is you do.
She's saying that you can't outsmart God. He's three things. He's omnipotent, which means he's all powerful. He's omnipresent, which means he's everywhere at the same time. And the enemy is not, by the way, he's not everywhere at the same time. And he's also omniscient, which means omni means all, omniscient, knowing, right? In other words, he knows what you're going to do before you do it, which does not take away free will. He allows you to do it. It's simply that he knows the result. So he can go ahead of you and write the end. And does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I know, in fact, I set up the situation so that you would have a strict mom knowing you would lie. Mm. To get out, that makes sense. Knowing that it would develop the storyteller in you, because my purpose for you it was to get to be a storyteller. Yeah. So I actually, because I know, so God starts at the end. It's predestined, right? Destined is an expected end. Pre is before, so you're predestined. So I start at the end, and then I work my way back to the beginning. This is where we're gonna go. So this is how I'm gonna get you there. I want him to be a storyteller. Here's his story. It's going to set up with a strict parent. It's going to make him do this. Which is going to make him do that. Which is going to bring him here, and he's going to learn this there. And then this is going to happen here, and they're going to beat him up here. But from he's going to learn how to defend himself. It's going to start the road to him becoming a great fighter, because I've destined him to be a fighter for me. Blah 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 blah. So he starts at the end, and he works his way back. The scripture she's referring to is Romans 8:28. I'm sorry if I'm over, guys. But it says, and she just said it, therefore, 8, sorry. Whoops, see?
8 verse.
Romans chapter 8, verse 28. Now Romans 12 starts with, there's no condemnation for those in Christ Jesus, which means you're forgiven. But look what he says, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him and have been called according to his purpose. The school fight, the gang banging, the rape, the molestation, the divorce, the breakup, the heartache, the breakdown, the repo, the loss of the house, the fight with your sister, the shooting, the best friend who got locked up, and it could have been you that one. All of those things God was using to work. We're gonna make Superman, okay? We need a noble character, okay? He's gonna be an alien to this earth, right? He's gonna have to feel like an overwhelming urge to protect the earth, okay? So let's start off by blowing up his planet. So we're just gonna blow up Krypton, which is gonna put an urge in him to protect Earth, because he doesn't want Earth to end up like Krypton, right? So now we have a psychological profile for this character. He lost his planet and his mother and father. He doesn't want to see it happen again, right? Because they were greedy in Krypton. So he hates greed on Earth, okay? And then we're gonna put him in a spaceship. He's raised on a farm. So we're gonna give him, we need him to have wholesome, so the ship lands on a farm. You see how we're writing this in? All these things are working together. So now he's gonna struggle with his powers in grade school so he can learn to show restraint. So we're gonna give him some bullies in high school, right? To pick on him. He could break their neck, but he's gonna learn how to, right? This is all gonna work into the character we're trying to build. So we started with building Superman. Then we worked our way back up, down to how we got to Superman. Make sense? The cape was in the spaceship. When he landed, his mama made the cape into the cape that he now uses for the suit. His family's name is for hope. So the S is the symbol for hope, because so he gives hope to the world. Etc. And we can go on and on and on. So I start at the end, and I work my way back up to you lying to your mom. Yeah? Because he's omniscient. He knows where you're going. and all things work together for good. Let me finish reading this and I'll close on this. For those who have been called according to his purpose, for those God foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he may be the firstborn amongst many brothers and sisters. Those he predestined, he also called. Those he called, he also justified. Those he justified, he also glorified. So if I called you, I've already cleansed you of your sins, I've saved you, and I have plans to glorify you in the earth, no matter what you've been through. What shall we say in response to this? If God be for us, who can be against us? Right? If God be for us, who can be?
That's the mic drop right there.
Yeah, that's the mic. Yeah, I'll drop it there. All right. Any lasting thoughts? I hope that answered some questions. Oh, I hope you got something. 5 purposes for your life: to know God, to be a part of his family, to grow to be like him, to serve him, and to serve others. And purpose is that the purpose of the thing is unknown, is inevitable. Purpose also signifies life, and you should be able to articulate your purpose. And the more you can articulate your purpose, the more you become an answer. Now I know what to come to you for. The better you can articulate this thing, now I know what to come for.
I'm writing on here how you guys can donate. I'll tell you guys verbally, then I'll write it as you guys are hearing too. We do it electronically. It is, I'm going to turn the camera around too. You guys can see my face. Cash App, $HRMove, PayPal.me/HRMove, and Venmo @HRMove. I'm writing it in the chat or in the live so that way you guys can see it. I'll say it again: Cash App, $HRMove, PayPal.me/HRMove, and then Venmo is @HRMove. Whatever you would like to donate to help keep this this building running for everybody else to come out and have Bible Breakdown and our Friday Night Lives, by all means, please send it this way. Every Friday we have a Friday Night Live starting at 8 o'clock, right? 8 o'clock. And we would love for you guys to come out and to see it. It's a free show. We're out here at Melrose and Vista. That's across streets. Announcements. This Saturday is Men's Day Out. So the guys, you guys want to kick it, we have an office down the street. We're going to play games. Bring your consoles, bring your TV. I'm bringing my PS4 out. I'm trying to get down. I'm pretty sure we have Wi-Fi over there right now. So if you guys want to do that this Saturday.
I'm Mario smashing. Huh? I got a Mario smashing. I got you.
Okay. All right. What else? Is anything happening with the ladies? Nothing right now until further notice. Was it TBA? Is that what it is? TBD? TBA? TBD? TBD. And is there anything else you want to say? I'm going to join.
Peace.
All right, you guys have yourself a good one. To God be the glory. We'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Read.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
Read chapter 20.
I knew it. I was like, are you sure?
For those who have books, read chapter 20.
Why do you say it like that?
Read chapter 20.
What's the name of this book?
Purpose-Driven Life, Rick Warren. Awesome book. Saddleback Church. Restoring Broken Relationships. Big part of your purpose is restoring broken relationships. We'll study that next week.
Hey Klepto, could you put the link for the Purpose-Driven Church on the Renaissance page? So that way,
okay,
yeah. So that way you guys can go to our page. It's a free link to the whole book. You'll read it whenever in your own time, whatnot, and we'll come back together next Tuesday, 6 o'clock, sometimes 6:30. And with that being said, to God be the glory. You guys have yourself a good one. Deuces.
Yeah, good job.